This video we're going to take a look at the Better WordPress security plugin. Now this plugin will help secure your site somewhat better, and it has a very high rating, as you can see, 4.8 out of 5 stars, and it's had quite a number of downloads as well, over 1 million. So we go back to our dashboard and let's install the plugin. So we need to search for that plugin, so I'm just going to click Add New. And then I'm going to search for Better WP Security. And here it is. And I'm going to install it. Do you want to install this plugin? Yes, I do. And activate the plugin. Remember, before we can use it, we have to activate it. And then after activating, usually you have to configure it in some way. So let's get to configuration. So here's a list. You can see the plugin has been installed. I'll go to settings, and here it gives you the option of creating a backup of your database and before you actually start to do anything. But at this stage we really haven't created much, so don't worry about it. And when they do a backup, they only back up the database. They don't actually back up your plugins or all your images that are in your media library. So just for now, let's say no thanks. I already have a backup, and we're going to be using another plugin for backups anyhow. So okay. So here you have 2 buttons, and it's asking you if you would like to secure your site from basic attacks, and just click on there to do that. And you get here in the dashboard, here in the settings for the Better WP Security, you get a system status, and you can see there's different colors as well. The most important ones you want to take care of are the items in red are not secured. You should secure these items immediately. So we want to take care of those first. So let's go up here and take a look. So the admin user still exists. Click here to rename admin. Now the one reason why you may want to change the username from admin is because that hackers, everybody knows that admin is kind of the default name that is used when WordPress is installed. So you want to change this. So all you have to do is click here to rename admin, and you have to enter a new username. So I'm going to replace this with teacher. Well, that's probably not a good idea either, because the name of in my URL is teacher. But anyhow, just for demonstration, I'm going to use teacher, change admin username, and there you go. And I can go back to the dashboard now. Notice how it's asking me to log in again. That's because I changed my name from admin. I changed it to teacher. So I'm going to have to go back, and I still have the same password, and log in. And here I go. So now I fixed that first red one there, and here a user with ID 1 still exists. So that's a vulnerability as well. So I'm going to click here to change the ID from 1 to, so here we go down below. If your admin user has ID of 1, it's vulnerable to some attacks. You should change the ID of your admin user. So everybody also knows that the admin user has an ID of 1, so that's kind of it's a vulnerability. So you want to change that user ID. So I'm going to click here on the button, and there we go. And let's go back to the dashboard to check, see if that's been fixed. Okay, there we go. It's green. It's green. And your table prefix should not be WP. Click here to rename it. Well, tables are part of a database, so you have a whole bunch of tables that make up your database, and each one of those tables, just before the name starts, or just before the name of all the tables, the WP is used. That's the default. That's the default installation. Change database table prefix, and now it's been changed to this one right here. That it's now prefixed by this and not the WP anymore. So let's go back to the dashboard. And there, we're all green now. Let's see if we have any other red ones. So no. And then the next one we kind of look at, items in orange are partially secured, and turn on these options. So the orange ones aren't as important, but let's have a look at them here. So you are enforcing strong passwords, but not for all users. So if I click here to fix, I can show you what they're meaning here. So what's happening here is that you're enforcing strong passwords only on the administrator. So if you want to enforce strong passwords means that the user probably has to enter some maybe a special character or numbers and letters. So if you're enforcing strong passwords for all users, then you would set it to subscriber. And sometimes you can annoy people when they have to make really strange passwords, or really more complicated passwords, and then sometimes they'll forget them. So that's kind of up to you how far you want to go down the line in terms of strong passwords. Maybe for your authors only this far. It's up to you. It's totally your decision. But once I save these changes, so as you can see here, now you're enforcing strong passwords for all users. Okay. If that's what you wish to do, and actually if you even have registration on your site. And the blue ones here, as it's saying, items in blue are not fully secured, but they may conflict with your theme or plugins. So the blue ones we really don't need to deal with, and really your site is not going to be a target for hackers. Really, they more look for the bigger sites, so more popular ones. So let's see if there are any other. We got a couple other ones in orange here. Okay, your WordPress admin area is available 24/7. Do you really update 24? So you can kind of limit how often the admin area is available, the administration area. So that's maybe if you've got a lot of users that are in there, maybe authors. So that really doesn't apply to my site. And you are not blocking bad known hosts and agents with HackRepairs.com's blacklist. So basically, bad hosts and agent is on the internet there's a list of someone keeps a list of all the bad hosts, or kind of the bad people, you might say, on the internet. It's almost like a criminal database, and so if those people try to go to your site, then they will be blocked basically. And let's see if we can do this without having to pay a fee. And you can get excellent by enable. If I check this, enable add host and agent blacklists, so that'll prevent those people on that blacklist from accessing our site. And just check that again. Okay, and let's go back to the dashboard, check that out. Okay, that's good. So that pretty well takes care of anything important. So our system is a lot more secure now. And there's the issue of the backup here as well. As I said before, we're going to use another program for backing up WordPress, but it only creates a database backup. It doesn't really give you a full complete backup. It doesn't back up your images and plugins. And they do offer a full kind of backup and restore here option, but you have to actually pay money for this. But there's a free one a free plugin you can use for backing up your database, so you don't need to pay for this service.